Hi, I'm Tom Milson. You might recognise me from such YouTube channels as Tom Milson. And my main channel, Hexacora. You're watching SableCaught on YouTube.
Hello and welcome to the second in a series of videos in which I kidnap famous YouTubers and force them to record me intros. So, Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. I'd normally try and make sure I had my copy in screen throughout the entirety of the video. However, seeing as this looks like neither the English or American cover, I don't think you'll suffer from not necessarily remembering how it looks. I had the hardest time trying to find the words to properly surmise my feelings for this book. Thus I thought, rather than make you listen to static for an entire video, I would present my feelings to you in the form of a diagram. Cool people graph their lives.
This is a simple line graph, mapping the variation of my opinion, displayed on the y-axis, from happy dance awesome to eye-clawingly bad, according to a change in page number, mapped on the x-axis from 0 to 420. This means you can see how I felt at various stages throughout the book. It started off well, and it became even better. I was really enjoying this book. And then the cage came down. Seriously, this book was so enjoyable for the first 100 or so pages, but the middle just plain sucked. It managed to recover somewhat at the end, but regardless, my reading experience still kind of felt violated.
As the story begins, we're introduced to Karu, a young, blue-haired, liberally tattooed art student who lives among the twisted alleyways of Prague. Karu's sketches are continually pored over by her fellow art students. They love the serpent woman who slithers across the page, the giraffe-necked man squinting through a jeweller's glass, and of course, king of the sketchbook, the wishmonger himself, Brimstone. A varied mix of fur and scales, all topped off with a pair of ram's horns. But there is one crucial thing that Karu's classmates do not know. These monsters she depicts, they're real. Karu doesn't know how it happened, but somehow these jumbled up creatures ended up raising her from a babe. And now Karu performs their errands for them in the human world. Knocking on seemingly ordinary doors all around the world, Karu waits. And when she waits, the door is opened. But not to the room or shop or alleyway that should be on the other side, to Brimstone's shop in another world. Brimstone requires access to the human world to trade. All sorts of shifty characters come to his shop and buy wishes from him. And the price? Teeth. Harry continually begs them for answers. What do they do with all these teeth? How did she come to be raised by them? Where does the shop's mysterious second door lead to? But Brimstone will not tell her. And soon she realises she needs to find out on her own. The beginning of this book, the bit I've just described to you, I loved so much. Karu is a really great character. Reading her just made me want to go back to my blue-haired days and be her. Prague is described amazingly as a city of ghost tours and goulash. And more than anything, Brimstone and his shop just brimming with magic and creativity and ideas. It was such a perfect start to a story. But unfortunately for beginnings, they become middles, and this story's middle was not great. The middle consisted of the introduction of Akira and the introduction of the love story, and I was not impressed. There were so many silly romantic cliches, so much implausibility simply explained away by a feeling, and I just really didn't like it. As I said, it does begin to pick up again towards the end. There's a really beautifully penned masquerade scene, which does go some way towards reclaiming some of the former brilliance. Still, if I had a Gavriel, I would wish the middle of the book had been done differently. Regardless of that though, I'm still going to pick up the second one when it comes out. I loved the non-romance bits too much not to. Anyway, if any of you guys have read this or you're thinking about picking it up, I'd love to hear what you have to say down below in the comments. Am I crazy for not liking the middle? It's really perplexed me. I half want to recommend it. The world building is so good. The magic and the wishes and the teeth is so brilliant and fresh. However, the relationship's just silly. I think sometimes romance can make a book, but in this case, it's broken it. Anyway, happy reading. I'll see you on my next video.